All right, welcome back here on Live Impact News on the WCNC Charlotte app. We want to head now to the Outer Banks where another oceanfront home collapsed in the Atlantic Ocean Tuesday night in Buxton. Take a look at this, scattering debris across the beach and forcing closures along part of Cape Hatteras National Seashore. We have Sam Walker, our friend Sam Walker, friend to the program, Sam Walker of OBX News. He's there. A beautiful scene behind you, Sam. A day at the beach for you, but it definitely hasn't been a day at the beach for county officials and folks with homes there, those beachfront homes.
No, it hasn't. It's been a rough 6 years, really, since all this started back in 2020 in Rodanthe down on Hatteras Island, and then progressed to Buxton, and the situation all along Buxton, just north of the Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. It's got steadily worse. 5 houses now fallen this year alone. We go back to September of last year, 22, 31 since 2020. Thankfully, though, a process is underway to alleviate that, delay it, push it back, beach nourishment. I'm in Nag's Head right now. Beautiful day out here, 88, sunny, nice onshore breeze. Water temp's about 63 degrees, so a little chilly to get in the water. But you can see pipes running down the beach behind me. There's bulldozers all working down just south of me. That's because we're in beach nourishment right now. Nag's Head has a project going on. We've got a project that's back underway in Avon, just north of where that house collapsed on Tuesday. And eventually, by the end of the month, they'll be pumping sand onto the beach there in Buxton. And that's going to help buy time and help protect the houses that are still standing along that stretch of beach.
Well, and Sam, according to WRAL, county officials spending about $42 million on this nourishment project. I just want to ask you, because we talked about this back in February, but how sustainable is this?
You know, if you look at that $42 million expense, and that comes from several sources of money, the occupancy tax, the nightly tax that's charged on hotel rooms and vacation rentals. A lot of that money comes from there. You've got federal grants that come in, a little bit of state money, and special property tax district. But when you compare that to the fact that Dare County is the third most popular destination for tourists in North Carolina financially, $1.3 billion a year is generated in tourism. That's only behind Wake County and Mecklenburg County. And you guys have got banking, you've got tech in the triad. We've got tourism. That's our factory out here. So one of the ways you've got to protect that factory is keep the beach wide. And it's not just about the beach itself. It's not pumping sand into the water. You can't see it behind me here. But there's sand out there that slopes that helps lessen the energy. All that is scientifically designed to help protect things. And you're right. It's something we're having to do every 6 years. But when you think about that investment compared to what it generates, and kind of the return on investment isn't all that bad.
And Sam, can you walk us through, and for viewers who are not familiar with the Outer Banks, maybe new to North Carolina, what that area looked like 20 years ago? Because you think about the homeowners who own those beachfront homes, they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to move those homes more inland. And it's a lot of money, but I mean, you talk to folks who have been there for years, and they'll tell you, man, wide beaches. I mean, they paint like a beautiful scene. Can you walk us through what that looked like 15, 20 years ago?
Yeah, and I can even take you back 50 years ago when areas like in Buxton where that house fell, and even 5 years ago, there was 300 yards of dry sand beach there and a 12-foot high dune. And these are sandbars, and that's what the Outer Banks is just one big cluster line of sandbars from Virginia down to South Carolina. That's what our beaches here in North Carolina are. Those sandbars want to move to the west and naturally want to do that. The ocean waves pushes the sand west, and it tries to continue to move. Well, of course, we built on these in the last century. And so those sandbars can't naturally move. There used to not be dunes here. The dune that's right over my shoulder here was man-made back in the 1920s to give people work back in the Great Depression. Those sand dunes helped make it where people were willing to build on the beach and just inland rather than back on the sound side where we all used to build. So over the last 20 years, we've seen a progression where we've seen some rapid erosion. But at the same time, as many places we've seen rapidly erode, we've seen beaches build up naturally. That situation happened in Rodanthe, where we talked about the houses that fell back in 2020 over the last 6 years. That area actually seen the beach kind of widen out. So it's a shifting thing. I mean, sand moves. The water moves that sand. The wind moves the sand. And it's just kind of a natural progression. So, yeah, there are places that are threatened like Buxton right now, and then there are places that are wide. And that's one thing about it. When we talk about these houses falling in Buxton, we're only talking about a half mile to a mile area where this is going on. And the Outer Banks is 110 miles long. That's a very small area that's seeing this. But as you can see behind me with the beach nourishment that's going on here in Nags Head, we've got some hot spots that are here in this town that, they pump the sand on. We get 5-6 years without having to deal with worrying about the water rushing over and flooding the roads and knocking houses down. And again, threatening that investment that has been made out here over the last century to generate the business we're able to generate.
Well, my friend, it is great seeing you again, as always. Thank you for the update. Thank you for the work that you're doing out there. And we'll continue to check in with you. You know the routine. We'll continue to check in with you, Sam.
Of course. Always glad to be on with you guys.
Yes, sir. Enjoy the beach as well.
We'll try.
That's Sam Walker, Sam the man, Sam Walker, OBX News. Check him out on different various platforms. All right.